Greetings, YouTube. For those that have played fantasy role-playing games, one of the things that you have to pretty much own is that the goal of the game is to kill things and take their stuff. Which means after you've taken their stuff, there is the dividing of the booty amongst the members of the group. Unless, of course, you're playing a purely solo campaign. And then you can just do away with the whole divvying up part. And that dividing process can be contentious. I'm reminded of an adventure years ago, first edition. I was playing Takan, a ranger, human, and he eventually became my highest level character. I'll have to talk about his later career at some point. And in this particular adventure, we were invading an evil wizard's tower or stronghold or something. I can't remember all the details. And it wasn't a stealth mission, so by the time we got to the evil wizard, he was well aware that we were there. And by the time we found him in his chamber, he had a cup of poisoned wine in his hand and was dead in his bed. He decided that a personal quiet exit was better than having to fight us to the death. So the party began to poke around. Now, I'm a suspicious player when it comes to things like this. So I looked at the situation. It was a ranger. It really did seem like there was poison in the cup, but that didn't mean anything. So I tell the GM, I'm cutting off his head, which was a good thing because the wizard in question was actually using a feign death spell to pretend to be dead in the hopes that we would leave. And that is the only time in my entire gaming career I have ever seen anybody use that spell. It's one of the more useless spells, but it just kept showing up in edition after edition. Now, this meant that we actually completed the mission, which was good. We got the full benefit of the experience points for the mission, because otherwise we wouldn't have, and probably not known why we didn't until it was too late, and the wizard would have been off to do some evil doing elsewhere. So I got a couple of pats in the back, and the party once again proceeded to fall upon each other when it came to who gets what. And quite frankly, I was turned off of the entire process, watching my friends bicker about who gets what. So I turn to the GM and I say, is there anything interesting in the room? I wasn't looking for valuable, looking for interesting. He said, will you find a long case? Or she did, rather. It was a female GM. He said, you open the case, and inside is an ironwood staff. I said, okay. So I asked our spellcaster, I said, hey, is there anything magic about this staff? And the spellcaster walked over and did a scan on it. He said, nah, it's not magic. It's an ordinary wooden staff. I said, okay. I said, well, what's unusual about it? She said, well, it's really well constructed. It's very good grain. It's got no flaws in it. It's top-notch work. Under 3.5 or Pathfinder, it would have been a masterwork staff. I said, that's kind of cool. I like this. I said, I turned to the group in question. I said, hey, guys, I'm taking this ironwood staff. And they're all like, oh, okay, whatever. I don't give a crap. I said, no. This is my share of the treasure. I don't want anything else. Which is when they started getting really mad at me. They became livid that the only thing I wanted out of this entire treasure trove, and there was a fairly large treasure trove in this wizard's chamber, was this ironwood staff. But I just didn't want to play the game. I didn't want to fight and bicker over who got what. I didn't care. I was playing a ranger. And first edition rangers could only possess pretty much what they could carry. So I wasn't going to worry about it. I figured I could have an ironwood staff. And I was just stunned at how pissed off they got at me because I didn't want to play the game. And I had that ironwood staff for the rest of this character's career. In fact, I still have it written on his character sheet, and I stopped playing him when he was 26th level. So I found that interesting. So I asked the people out there who are watching this video, do you have stories of people bickering and fighting and tooth and nail with each other, trying to get the little last copper piece, or they want that wand, no, I want that wand kind of thing? Do you have stories like that, or are all your groups very mature and very civil, and do they divide things up in a logical and very organized manner? I want to know.